Good morning. Isn't it a beautiful morning? I think Sally Harrison in the Chamber of Commerce ordered this special for today. I'm tempted to say welcome to another day in paradise, so I'll just say welcome to another day in paradise in Mesa, Arizona. Mesa, Arizona is, as we all know, the center of the universe, especially in March, because the weather is so beautiful here. And today is an extra special day. I am very honored and excited to be here to announce that Mesa, Arizona has accepted the challenge to join in a national challenge to end veterans homelessness in the United States by the end of this year. As I became aware of this national challenge, it struck me that Mesa, Arizona is the perfect community to join in and take on this challenge. We have a long and I'm very proud of the history of Mesa, Arizona in being concerned about our fellow man and being engaged in helping our neighbors. Many of the social service agencies that are represented here, I think, is really Exhibit A to that argument. Mesa has been the breeding ground for a lot of fantastic social service agencies that have become state and national leaders in caring for the less fortunate. And so for that reason and many others, I think Mesa is the perfect community to join in and take on this challenge. It's a great fit for us, but at the same time, it's going to require some increased urgency. The end of 2015 is not all that far away, and we've got a big task ahead of us. It's also going to require an increase in the passion that we bring to this topic. But I think we're very much up to the challenge, and if we approach this in a collaborative way, I am very confident that we'll be successful. And because of the importance of this being a collaboration, it's important to me that we include all of the social service agencies, all of the veterans groups, everyone that is represented here. But on a city government level, it's important that we not be working on this in silos as well. So for that reason, I'm very excited to announce that Councilmember Chris Glover and Councilmember Kevin Thompson are going to be the co-chairs of this effort in our community. Both of them are uniquely qualified to take on this task. Councilmember Glover has been passionate and engaged in working with social service agencies throughout his tenure on the City Council, and he's well known to all of you for the passion that he brings to this topic. Councilmember Thompson is also uniquely qualified as a veteran. He has the passion and the insight and the understanding of this issue that frankly the rest of us don't. So for those two reasons, and these two gentlemen are the perfect folks to be at the front of this effort, and I'm looking forward to doing all that I can to support them, as is the rest of our council. So at this time, I'd like to welcome to the stage Councilmember Chris Glover, who will talk about this topic, followed by Councilmember Kevin Thompson.
Thank you, Mayor Giles. I am very honored to be a part of this announcement today. This is an issue very near and dear to my heart, and I can tell you that my colleagues and I are very passionate about this cause. The City of Mesa is dedicated to helping end veterans homelessness in our community. I'd like to take a moment right now to thank our wonderful community partners throughout the years who have helped us in this issue. I'd first like to and who have helped us and will continue to help us in this issue. I'd like to take a few moments and recognize some of my friends who are in the audience with us today. I'd first like to recognize my friend Arlen Wessling, who is the Executive Director of Paz de Cristo. Paz de Cristo has helped serve countless veterans meals 365 days a year and provide other services for their needs. I'd like to recognize my friend Jackie Taylor, who's CEO of Save the Family, who has an emphasis on helping end chronic homelessness in our community. In the past 4 years, they have served over 150 families, and 25% of those have been women veterans who have taken part in the services and the housing provided by Save the Family. So thank you, Jackie, and Save the Family. I'd like to recognize Mike Hughes, CEO of A New Leaf, and thank you for all the work that you do in providing permanent supportive care housing for our veterans. In the month of February alone, they provided housing at the men's shelter for 13 veterans. I'd like to thank John Moore at the Mark Center for providing housing for over 120 veterans over the years. I'd like to say a special thank you to Dr. Frank Scarpati, who was unable to be here with us today, but we also have his right-hand person, Vicki Helen, on this issue. Thank you for being leaders and being nationally recognized at helping end veterans' homelessness. Thank you for your passion and your drive and your commitment to this great cause. They've helped many cities create strategies to strengthen interagency collaboration, increase permanent supportive housing, and help veterans navigate various agencies back into normal life. I'm grateful for the navigators that you have to help these veterans in our community. A special thank you to Vicki for all that you've done, for the insight that you've provided to myself, my staff, and to city staff, and I look forward to working with you on this journey ahead. To our community partners, thank you for all that you do, not just for the veterans in our community, but for everyone in need that you help out. I think that is why you are such a shining example of what makes Mesa such a wonderful community. In my office, I have a letter that I treasure that was my grandmother's that she kept for 70 years until she passed away. It was written by President Franklin Roosevelt and sent to my grandfather during his service during World War II. Part of that letter states, "We who stay at home have our duties to perform, duties owed in many parts to you. You'll be supported by the whole force and power of this nation. The victory you win will be a victory of all the people, common to them all." The same promise that President Roosevelt made to those veterans so many years ago rings true to this day. Those who fought for our freedoms abroad should never be left without a home here. They have fought for our homes and our freedoms, and now it's time for us to fight for theirs. As a city, we will work with our public safety officials, Mesa Police and Fire, and to help identify those veterans in our community that are chronically homeless and those that are in need. We will continue to collaborate with our community partners to provide housing to those veterans that are in critical need of finding a safe place to live. We will work as a city with our community partners to provide those services so necessary to help welcome them home as heroes and to help them continue contributing to our community as they have done so before. I look forward to working with my colleague and my friend Kevin Thompson on this task force and accomplishing this goal and working with our community partners in this worthwhile endeavor. Thank you.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say thank you all for coming out today and supporting us in our mayor making this announcement. It's an exciting day for Mesa, and I'm very proud to be part of the city council in Mesa, in a city also where we've already put so many things in place to help our veterans. We currently have the Veterans Affairs Supportive Housing Vouchers, which enhances our veterans' abilities to find affordable permanent housing to get them off the streets and safe. And our own magistrate has also set up the Veterans Court and has helped identify our vets who run into legal issues and help them receive the appropriate assistance that they need to resolve their legal problems. And we have so many other supportive programs that Councilmember Glover spoke of. The employment training, the crisis prevention, the rehab facilities, everything right here in Mesa that we need to help our veterans. I'm proud to be part of this initiative, and I would like to thank the mayor for allowing me the opportunity to take this on. And I look forward to working with all of our nonprofits, our business communities, and my brother in arms out there to end this veterans homelessness. So thank you again for coming out, and God bless.
I think I failed to thank the Air National Guard for the patriotic flyover that we obviously had scheduled and worked out so well. As we tackle this task, I think it's important that we remember that this is about people. This is about focusing on individuals. The first step in this process is identifying by name every homeless veteran in our community. And this is going to be done one person at a time, one story at a time. There's going to be some great stories that are going to be told throughout this process. And I am particularly honored that we have one of those stories here today to share that with us. Mr. Alvin Holtz is a veteran of the United States Navy and the Marine Corps Reserve. He has had some difficult times following his release from the military, but he is a shining example now of someone that is doing good in life and is helping other people, and he's serving now as a navigator for Community Bridges, specifically helping other veterans as they struggle to re-engage with society. So please welcome Mr. Alvin Holtz, and please pay close attention to the story that he has to share for us.
Good morning. Thank you all for coming together for this important event. My name is Alvin, and I was homeless for 7 years straight. I was also an addict who faced many challenges with my addiction. Had this program been around when I was on the streets, I probably would have a lot more clean time than I do now. The Housing First model with navigation is so important. My problem was every time I'd get released from a treatment center or a detox, I'm right back to the streets, you know, putting my head in the dirt that night to go to bed. And so it was just a repetitive thing. It was like a revolving door. You know, I'd get detoxed, I'd get back out there, and then I'd be reminded at how miserable my life was. And so there was no incentive for me to change. But I'm also a Community Bridges navigator, so I work with these guys that went through the same thing that I did, that are homeless, now housed, thank goodness, face their challenges with addiction. And it's amazing to see the progress that can be made when somebody will step up and model behavior and put them in a Housing First model and give them the resources that they need. Personally, myself, I can't picture myself doing anything else. It's an amazing job. I love it. It's an important job. There are too many people out there, especially veterans that are homeless, that people don't really give any attention to. And especially the ones that are fighting for us overseas, those are the ones that really deserve a Housing First model. So I just hope that you embrace this project, and I look forward to seeing its success. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope that's the moment that we'll all take away with us from this event, is the passion that is evident in this man's life, and the passion that needs to be present in all of us as we go forward on this. Again, this is an effort that's doomed to be less successful than it needs to be if we work on it in silos. If we have all of the social service agencies and the federal government and the city government tackling this alone. The only way we're going to be successful is if this is a big collaboration. That's why I'm so honored that all of you are here, because you represent important parts of the constituency that has to come together for this to be successful. I appreciate Councilmember Luna being here from our city council, and the support that not just these gentlemen but our whole council has for this initiative. At this point, I would invite everyone who is here on behalf of an agency or a governmental entity that is going to play a role in solving this problem and ending veterans homelessness in the city of Mesa by the end of this year, to please join me on the stage so that we can take a photograph and make sure everyone understands how big a group it is that's going to be working on this issue. Thank you for being here today. We really appreciate it, and we look forward to your help in tackling this problem going forward.